What do you wear to bed? In 1952, a reporter asked Marilyn Monroe a simple question. Her answer would change the future of a luxury brand forever. Welcome to Nolvere, the world of icons. Long before Marilyn Monroe made history with a single sentence, one woman had already begun rewriting the rules of luxury. For most of history, perfumes were expected to smell like flowers, rose, jasmine, violet. The goal was simple, to capture nature inside a bottle. But Coco Chanel had never been interested in following the rules. She preferred creating new ones. She believed a woman should not smell like a flower. She should smell like herself. At the beginning of the 1920s, that idea was radical. Women were changing. Society was changing. And Chanel wanted a fragrance that reflected a new kind of woman. Independent, modern, impossible to ignore. To turn that vision into reality, Chanel needed someone willing to break the rules with her. She found him in a perfumer named Ernest Beaux. Beaux prepared a series of experimental fragrances and presented them to Chanel as numbered samples. She chose number 5. And unlike most luxury products, the name was never changed. It remained exactly what it was. Chanel number 5. Chanel wasn't trying to create a better perfume. She was trying to create a different kind of woman. In many ways, Chanel number 5 wasn't selling a fragrance. It was selling an idea. What happened next transformed the perfume industry. Instead of recreating the scent of a single flower, Beaux used aldehydes to create something abstract, luminous, and entirely new. The fragrance did not smell like a rose. It did not smell like jasmine. It smelled like an idea. And for the first time, a perfume felt modern. The bottle broke the rules, too. At a time when perfume bottles were decorated like jewelry, Chanel chose simplicity. Clean lines, sharp geometry, no unnecessary ornament. Just as she had simplified fashion, she simplified luxury itself. What Chanel had created was no longer just a perfume. It was becoming a symbol. But creating a masterpiece and building a business are not the same thing. To bring number 5 to the world, Chanel partnered with investors and created Parfum Chanel. The fragrance quickly spread across Europe and beyond. Yet behind the scenes, business disputes and financial battles followed for years. Then the world changed. War swept across Europe. Fashion houses closed their doors. Empires collapsed. Yet somehow, Chanel number 5 endured. By then, it had become larger than its creator. Then came a moment no advertising agency could have planned. In 1952, Marilyn Monroe was asked what she wore to bed. Her answer was simple: just a few drops of Chanel number 5. With a single sentence, the fragrance became immortal. Decades passed. Trends changed. Entire generations came and went. Yet Chanel number 5 remained. Represented by some of the most iconic women in the world: Catherine Deneuve, Carole Bouquet, Nicole Kidman, Audrey Tautou, Marion Cotillard, Margot Robbie. And then, nearly a century after its creation, Chanel surprised the world once again. In 2012, for the first time in the history of the fragrance, the face of Chanel number 5 was not a woman. It was Brad Pitt. The campaign generated headlines around the globe and proved something remarkable. Even after 90 years, Chanel number 5 could still break its own rules. And perhaps that is the real reason it has survived for more than a century. Not because of the bottle, not because of the formula, and not because of the advertising, but because it was built on an idea that began with a woman who refused to follow the rules. And more than a century later, Chanel No. 5 is still proving the same point. True luxury does not follow trends, it creates them. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think made Chanel No. 5 truly timeless? Thank you for joining me. And until next time, this is Nolvere.